Next on City Edition, the new bus stop shelters in the Old Mill District may look familiar. That's because they're designed and built to honor the fallen historic crane shed. Take a look.
The crane shed was demolished illegally prior to having a permit. And so when that case went to court, the judge in the case awarded the city $100,000 punitive damages to use to memorialize the crane shed. The crane shed award is funding 4 of the bus stop shelters, and Old Mill Development has agreed to fund the additional 2 that will be constructed as soon as the weather gets better on the north end of Bond Street, on the north end of the Old Mill District.
The crane shed was the drying facility, the drying building for the Brooks Scanlon Lumber Company. The raw lumber would be milled and sawed and brought into the building, and through the use of a big crane was actually stacked throughout the building in its 500-foot length to dry, air dry for the most part. I think they had a kiln later, but for air drying of those billions of board feet of lumber that came through Central Oregon. In my time on the Landmarks Commission, the illegal demolition of the crane shed was probably one of the most disheartening things that I've come across. We were actually meeting at the very moment that that crane shed came down, and it's something that I'll carry with me for a long time.
Once City Council decided how they wanted to spend the funds, a design competition was held and a citizens committee selected the winning design, which was selected out of 7 different proposals that were received.
When the city put out the request for proposals for the bus stops, we couldn't resist submitting something that was built in the flavor of the crane shed, something that would hopefully memorialize it to a degree that somebody would see every day and be able to take back, though on a very small scale, the shape and the idea behind the crane shed.
When the bus stop shelters are completed, they will combine 100-year-old elements from the crane shed in the benches and in the informational holders with new flexible solar panels that will light the shelters at night.
In turn, we do have bus stops throughout the same area that the crane shed was located that will at least remind us on a daily basis of what this town was born of, the lumber industry, and the shape and what we lost reborn through some bus stops.